Tired, stressed, depressed. In the hustle and bustle of xan'moxie life, sometimes it feels like you just aren't getting enough rest. But it doesn't have to be that way at your local rejuvenation station. Come sample our relaxing restoration pods where you'll be suspended in regenerative green goo. Take a long rest in a matter of hours. Or take a break in one of our luxurious extra-dimensional booths. Time will slow to a crawl as you catch your breath in whatever environment you can think of to make you feel zen. Rejuvenation Station. Open now across xan'moxie. Is that right? I thought we went with Rejuvenation Shack. No, Rejuvenation Station sounds better. No, I agree, but we already did staff training. What if one of our staff calls it Rejuvenation Shack? It's fine. It won't happen.
And now for our regular scheduled programming. Let's see what's happening in the magical metropolis of xan'moxie in this thrilling installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz!
But in xan'moxie, we are returning now, right after this epic battle between the xan'moxie Park Wilds and the workers from the Starmain Construction Company. Mm-hmm. So, Miriam, you, in a last-ditch effort, you planted your little Sprouty, and with the power of the Elder Council, you grew little Sprouty into a big beanstalk, towering over xan'moxie. It is still glowing, thanks to Cleo's light spell. So we now have this gargantuan beanstalk that is rising into the clouds, glowing like a beacon. The workers have fled. The park rangers are composing themselves.
So what you're saying is Jack happened upon a beanstalk and needs to make some decisions. That's where we're at with
That's
this.
where we're at.
Okay, just checking.
And then I'm like, my cow! Yes, that's correct. And I regret nothing. Cool. So, yeah. Everyone's kind of just collecting themselves and Starmain. Do we see what happened to the other lawyer, the legal representative from Warlock and Warlock?
Yeah, so actually, before we faded away to the other perspective last episode, Bob Beazle actually began emerging from the shadows again, walking up to you, Cleo. And you see this man, this lawyer, walk up to you with a sense of self-importance. Well, you win this one, Fallcharges.
No. You wanted me to... I thought you had something like, oh, I'll get you next time, or no, just that? Okay, I agree.
Well, look, I respect getting played.
That's an interesting psychology. Would you like to talk about that? Sounds pretty...
No, I thought we had this in the back, but no, you turned it around at the last second, and good job. Good job.
Well, thank
Real
you. It
good
means
job.
a lot for my last workplace to appreciate my work. Even though I don't work for the company anymore. Maybe it would have been nice whilst I worked for the company, but I'll accept it now.
Could you make a wisdom save for me?
No!
You gave me a compliment and it's an attack. 16. Constitution?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. 16.
You feel a tugging in your body, it feels like a cramp almost, and then it turns into a spike of pain, and you feel your chest just being pulled slightly toward Bob Beazle, and then you manage to fight it off. You definitely feel weirded out.
Ouch.
Just reminding you that we do have a portion of your soul still as collateral. Just a reminder.
Thank you for that reminder.
So, we can keep having these little battles, these little fights, but in the end, you'll belong to us.
I am going to go now. Cleo turns around and walks off.
I'm just going to stand here menacingly.
No.
Menacingly.
Okay. Well, it was lovely doing business with you.
Always a pleasure, Cleo.
And then she walks off.
He just stands there, and he appears to be fiddling with something on his oar.
Do you want me to get you a cab? She's like 10 foot away now. She's like, sure you don't want a cab? Or...
Oh no, I'll be fine.
Are you sure? What about your water? It was
Your soul belongs to us.
Yes, but you look parched. Do you need a drink? It was a big battle. It's quite hot.
And moments later, an elevator bursts out of the ground on fire, which he steps inside and then returns to hell.
Huh. That was a weird exit.
You can see now this street is just littered with like potholes from where elevators have spawned.
Elevators. Oh my god.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I guess Miriam will. We're still like we're.
Oh
in
yeah,
the same
again, this is
area.
also the same general area.
Yeah. So Miriam will walk up to Cleo. Everything all right with that Beazle character?
Yes, he hung around for an awkwardly long time before he left. Is that normal? Is that how normal people interact? They're just like, hey, I'm leaving now, and then they stand there.
I've never really known how to leave a room. Generally, when the perspiration gets too much, I go.
Nah, maybe he wasn't sweating enough. Okay. And we walk over to Elder Park Ranger.
As you walk
Yeah.
up to Sybil, there is a rumbling. Suddenly, it feels like as if you're walking in a puddle, and suddenly the water is up to your ankles. The streets are flooded as they begin to swirl into a vortex, and you see the top of a tree emerge from the center of this whirlpool that has appeared in the middle of this street. And riding atop it is Tomcat, riding on this old tree from the center of the Evergrove, old Jim Ghostbuck. Beside him is Park Ranger Triana and Ranger Constance Peril. And Sandra flies out as well.
Sandra! That is Sandra. You're the Sandra.
Hi, boss, I'm back! I found it, Tom!
Ah, thank you.
As this tree emerges from this whirlpool and just deposits itself in the middle of the street as the water recedes.
Is it like upright or is it like
Uprooted and it's on its side.
Ooh.
Tom is there on top of it.
Hello. What you been up to?
Oh, Tom, we thought we lost you.
No, I was having a swim.
On a tree?
Well, I guess it was more like a surf than a swim.
Fair.
Anyway, I made a friend.
Triana?
Miriam, I'm so sorry for what I did to you and your friend here. Or tried to do. I wasn't thinking straight. That Warlock and Warlock are responsible for this.
Yes, we know. We dealt with them. They tried to take the whole forest, but we fought back and grew this beanstalk here.
Yes.
Impressive. Well, I guess this is what remains of the Everwood now?
That and, well, what Tom's sitting on over there.
We could put it back in.
I'm sure we could. And you hear a woman's voice coming from one of the branches. And it is... Cleo, you recognize this person's voice. Where are we now? Get me out of here! Somebody help! I can't reach my scrying orb!
I go over and I knock, and I'm like, excuse me, you're shouting quite loud.
Cleo,
This is a public place.
Cleo, is that you? Get me out of here this instant!
What are you doing in there? That's a very silly thing to be doing.
Get me out of here!
Give me one good reason why.
Alright, I can't think of a single one. Fine, you've won. You've beaten me, Cleo. Now get me out of here so you can laugh.
I could laugh anywhere. I'm rich. Actually, do you know anything about my soul?
That we have a fragment of it in hell?
Yes, that one.
It's the talk of Warlock and Warlock.
Oh, you guys should have more things to do. But anyway, I want it back.
Let me out of here and I can tell you how.
No, I feel like I have the upper hand. You tell me. No, yes, you tell me first. Then I'll get you out of there. And then maybe I'll kill you. We'll find out.
Fine. Well, it's where we keep all of our souls. In the archive. In the vault.
Do I believe?
Roll insight.
Yeah.
Uh,
8.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, Karen Styx is telling the truth.
The archive.
I get my wand out and I just stab it through the thing. Like, you're telling the truth, and I stab.
Ow! Yes! Where else we put it? We put everything in the soul archive. I don't...
Remind me, who has access to the soul archive? Only the assistants dealt with that. I stayed at my desk mostly laughing.
Well, it's one of Delilah's responsibilities.
Is she still alive?
Yes, she's still alive. You think you could kill Delilah by just dropping a building on her?
In my heart of heart, I knew it wouldn't work, but ultimately, it would have been nice.
She's an ancient demon, Cleo.
I can hear you bumming your head in there. Don't get sassy with me.
All right, I told you where your soul is. Now let me out of here.
Fine. And I cast Eldritch Blast on the whole pod. You didn't say pleasantly, you sassy woman.
Karen Sticks emerged, her hair singed from the Eldritch Blast, and dusts off all the loose leaves and twigs. I hate doing business on the material plane. Well, thank you. I suppose you'll be coming for your soul now.
Yes, I'll see you in hell.
I'll see you there. And she also... Well, what are you still doing here?
What do you mean, what am I doing here?
Well, get away. I need to call an elevator.
You move.
You can call it from somewhere other than on this tree.
Yeah, this is the Everwoods. This is ours. You walk to the other side of the pavement.
This is a Fine. I was kidnapped and trapped in a tree, and then I was adrift for God knows how long.
Tom, how long were they adrift for?
Well, by my calculations, it was probably 3 to 4 hours.
There you
That's
go.
an eternity.
I mean, it's not, is it?
Goodbye, Cleo. And Karen Sticks struts off.
Goodbye.
Didn't you eat her lunch once?
Bye.
Or maybe didn't I tell her that her husband was going to leave her anyway?
Oh, that was that.
Or maybe I did both.
She was unpleasant.
Do you remember her voice being distinctly British before? You're not sure what happened. Karen Sticks.
Karen Sticks.
She's changed. Hell changes a woman.
She woke up on the wrong side of hell.
She's been recast.
She's been recast, yeah.
So she walks off. So there's now a giant tree in the middle of the road. Constance Peril is rejoined the other park rangers, and she's just telling her tale about being once again thrust headfirst into danger. And Ranger Sybil approaches the three of you. Miriam, great job! The three of you in helping reclaim the Everwood. This was a victory.
Yes, we couldn't have done it without each other, that's for sure.
I mean, I wasn't really there, was I?
But you surely restored Triana to a sensible mood.
That's right, Triana told me all about it.
As quickly as possible, no doubt.
She told you everything?
Yes, that she was corrupted by a demonic influence and you saved her and this tree.
Yes, that is the story in its entirety. That's exactly what happened.
Wow, that's pretty heroic.
Yes, you could call me a hero. Call me a hero.
You're a
You're
hero.
a hero.
Thank you.
You are indeed a hero, Tom, because, Triana says she doesn't remember much because the demonic corruption really messes with her mind.
That's good to hear.
Just like she doesn't
I
remember.
mean, it's bad, obviously.
Yes, that's bad. That's bad to hear.
It really is awful. She was saying how she was lashing out at people and thinking they're all out to get her and calling her ugly.
No, nobody did that.
Yes, exactly. It's all in her head.
That's a weird thing. Why would you call someone possessed ugly? Like, that's just very particular. Like,
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
no one would do that.
wow, paranoid.
No, they wouldn't. Anyway,
Well,
should we try and get this tree in the ground?
Oh, yes. Easy peasy. And Sybil just waves her hands around as the tree just levitates and she just moves it further into the park wilds and just replants it as the earth rises up to claim it.
beautiful.
Where was that 20 minutes ago?
Sybil points at the giant beanstalk.
Fair.
Remember, we were trying to regrow the park wilds with our ancient ritual, which succeeded, by the way.
It was great. I was there and I did my light, and I like to think that's why it worked. But
And you see radiating from the beanstalk as well, just not only has the beanstalk grown, but greenery has sprouted forth from Lil Sprouty. So it's now just centered now next to the street as it gets slightly more charred as you go along. This will be up and running in no time.
Very good. Well, I'm glad we could resolve the issue. And I'm not sure what it's going to be like in there for a while with all those portals going on.
I think we've seen the worst of it now. But, the Everwood has been stable for so long. Who knows what'll happen?
Who knows? Wait, you went through a portal. Where did you go?
I went to... There was lots of water, and there was a very unattractive... never mind. There were people in pods, and there was just water as far as the eye could see. and as far as Sandra could see.
Do we know what Tom's talking about?
You can roll me a history check.
Because we did go into that
You did see it
portal,
briefly. Yeah,
and then
actually-
we escaped again.
Yes,
We
no, you
didn't
did
realise-
see. I think you
Yes.
did figure out at the time. If not then, you know now
Yes.
that was the elemental plane of water from your park ranger training.
Well, it's a good thing, but how did you get back from that plane? The portal closed behind us.
My new friend, Triana.
Triana?
What?
Wait, no, it wasn't.
No, I was sitting on top of the tree, and then suddenly it I assumed it was just.
Oh
a
no,
rift.
it was a different new friend. Oh, what have I done?
What have you done?
No, it's fine. It's going to be totally fine. I just need to. Gonna have to get their old recipe book back out again, I guess.
And could the two of you please make me an investigation check?
19.
Good old free.
Miriam, you notice that, of course, Tom is dripping wet with seawater, which makes sense because he was just on the elemental plane of water. But you notice intertwined in his fur, there's more junk than usual. There are strands of kelp, or little seashells, and now that he's brushed all this water off and dried off a bit, you notice he's still wet, dripping wet, and all these little sea debris clinging to him.
That's unusual. Still awfully damp, aren't you, Tom?
Yeah, can't seem to shake it off. And then he shakes it off again.
No, I didn't notice any difference.
Yeah, no, it's all stuck to you. Shells
Odd.
and kelp, a starfish.
Starts doing that thing where he's like rolling on his back.
I'll try and pull off the starfish.
Yeah, it comes off. But you notice that there's more. He's just covered in sea things.
This is strange. What's going on with this, Tom?
And then they turn over and Tom's like got his leg up and he's licking.
Okay, private moment.
I can't get it off. Every time I think I get some off, there's just more.
All right, well, I suppose we could get you to a doctor or something and get them to look at it. This is very unusual.
I just need a good groomer.
Did you get bitten by something? Did something bite you? Did it go bite? You know, the bite? Did it go,
No,
and then
nobody
bite?
bit me, and why would biting me end up with this?
I don't know. One time, one of my servants got bit by another servant and went mad. Could have been mad beforehand. I don't know.
Well, if they work with you, they might have been.
Maybe it's some strange artifact of traveling through that portal.
Well, I think a good groomer will fix it up.
Okay, yes, I
Or
suppose.
has anybody got a Furminator on them?
No.
Miriam checks her inventory and... Let's see what she has. She's got a hunting trap.
No.
A hand
That
axe?
sounds terrible.
You could use
I
a hunting
can-
trap as a comb.
And
Yeah.
just hope it doesn't snap
It's like a
shut.
bear trap. I'll take out the spring, so it's just like loose.
Start
Start like combing you.
Yeah, you got some of it out, but it just keeps coming.
This is uncanny. Magical almost.
Sybil, do you know anything about this?
Ah, what?
Yes? Hello.
There's all this sea life attached to our dear friend Tom here.
Interesting. She flits around you and observes you closely. Looks like some kind of planar magic is lingering on you. The elemental plane of water seems to be sprouting from you. Did you come into contact with any extra planar beings while you were there?
There was this one woman who got me out of there.
Well, that's nice of her. Sounds like a
Yes.
good fellow.
Maybe not, but I said I'd cook for her. I think I gave something up.
A recipe?
Many recipes.
What did you give up? Cleo's already given up part of her soul. It can't be worse than that.
Yeah.
Well, can't exactly remember. I just really wanted to get out there. But I remember saying that yes. I think I said I'd give her 60%.
60% of what?
Of my earnings.
You're opening a store?
Yes.
You don't earn anything.
Well, no, but I will. And that's where I thought, actually, it's a pretty good deal because I don't earn anything currently. So if I earn something, that's better than nothing.
Tom, did you make a deal with a sea witch?
Sybil.
Well, I guess you could call her that. Yes, I did.
The first rule of interplanar travel is not to make deals with witches.
It's right here on page 1 of the reference manual. I hold it up.
It's just got like a picture of like a witch on a broomstick with like a big like
No.
Well, nobody showed me that before you flipped me off over there.
That's why it requires years of training to become a park ranger.
Well, I ain't no
They're
park
very
ranger.
enticing with their deals and promises, but they always bite you in the butt.
Well,
What is it with the
She
biting?
didn't bite me.
I said biting. I said biting. I want to put down that I said biting.
Well, I already told you she didn't bite me. She just made me make some pretty shady deals.
I mean, it sounds like you have to open a restaurant, it sounds like.
Yeah. Seemed pretty fair.
Seems like the weirdest curse I've ever heard.
What if you just didn't open it?
I never thought of that. Well, let's give it a go.
Not opening the restaurant.
Yes,
Stand there and don't open a restaurant.
I will.
And at the very thought of that,
Oh
you begin to retch, and you spit up a bunch of seawater, and it keeps going. An eel comes out.
Oh my god, stop thinking about it.
All right, I'm going to open a restaurant.
Here, let me draw up a contract.
And then the eel, there's a shimmer, and the eel springs to life and turns its head at you, Tom.
I said I'll do it. Oh no, she's here.
You can't even think about it.
All right, I'll definitely do it.
That's right. Opening up a nice restaurant on the harbor. We'll serve seafood.
Who are you?
That's so cliche.
Well, I'm thinking of leaning into the aesthetic. Who am I?
Yes.
Who am I? Well, I am Beatrix Brine, the elder sister of the Brine sisters.
I kick it. Your family has caused us a lot of pain.
You kick the eel away, and then
I'm
a
not cursed.
starfish. You hear a muffled voice from behind one of the starfishes on Tom.
I pick up the starfish.
You lift it off of Tom, and then you hear coming from like a speaker. You can't get rid of me. I am the sea.
Oh, she didn't tell me that though.
All right, well,
And if I recall, it was 70-30, my way.
I'm pretty sure it was 60-40. Write up the contract now and make it 60-40.
Did you have a contract? Do you have a contract for my clan?
Well, I was told that Tom would consult his legal friend. I led to believe this is you.
Yes, believe that lad.
I'm just gonna go. This seems like you're doing a thing right now. I've got a Park Wild business. Sybil flies off. Never make deals with witches!
Got it.
Yeah, so why did you write up this contract?
Well, maybe we need to have... Should we catch up over dinner? In a restaurant, ironically.
Fine.
I'm not going to cook.
Fine, head to the sunken harbor. Well, I'll present myself in a more...
Less starfish appearance.
correct.
Fair enough. I don't have anything against starfish. I would happily go to dinner with a starfish.
Then
But
it's
I
a
mean-
date! 6 o'clock. As...
Do you want us to make the bookie or should we? Oh, okay.
And then you hear sirens.
No, the Zangar turn up now, do they?
And a single Zanguard airship
I put the starfish back
lands
on
into
Tom.
the street. And
That's the siren.
Mathis grimly jumps out. And... Alright, what's going on here? Cleo! Hello, Miriam. Tom.
Hello.
You friends now?
What is this, late?
What?
We just finished fighting.
Oh, I told you I couldn't do anything about that. We've received some complaints about a public disturbance. And he points at the gigantic glowing beanstalk.
I've got a complaint about public disturbance, and I point at him.
Hey,
You're
I'm just-
annoying me right now.
Just a bunch of residents in East xan'moxie have been calling up about this big glowing tree. It's getting in the way of their days, and some people are blind.
So they couldn't see the tree.
Yes, but they're now blind temporarily. That's...
Oh.
Oh, I go over to the tree, and I relinquish my spell of the light.
It doesn't work.
Okay, well, there's nothing we can do about that.
Maybe it's a clapper.
Maybe it's a touch.
And again, this gigantic beanstalk continues to be a bright beacon of light.
Well, this is what happens when the civilians have to do the duties of the officers. That's all I'm saying.
As an officer of the law, it's my duty to protect the interests of my citizens, and a bunch of them have complained about this eyesore.
Well,
These people are paying good money to live in East xan'moxie.
No, as a park ranger of the xan'moxie Park Wilds, it's my responsibility to protect the Park Wilds border, and those are defined by that beanstalk here.
Well, that beanstalk is growing up into that skyscraper.
That skyscraper is now part of the Park Wilds.
Well, this...
I'm a lawyer. We can do this all day.
So you're telling me this whole building here is now the Park Wilds because this beanstalk is touching it.
How close are they?
So it's like gone up and then has like started to like wilt over as it's continued to grow, and it's just resting on the building slightly before continuing to go up.
Okay. Can we like train it? Is it because it's like a single
Get, like, a
beanstalk?
big
I'm trying to
stake.
like
Phototropism.
picture it. Is it like a grapevine that we can kind of just like,
So
or is it like
it's kind
a
of just
single like beanstalk,
it's like
Jack
a
in the
s-
Beanstalk?
Yeah, it's
kinda-
more like a single stalk that's just gone up, but it's not gone up entirely straight.
What happens if we like cut a bit off?
There's just a little twig like that you can cut off. You cut it off.
So what if we cut like the top
It
off?
does stop glowing though. The little leaf that you
when
cut
you
off of
remove
it.
it. Mm.
Can we go to the top and cut off a bit?
I mean, it extends up into the clouds, and the trunk itself is very thick.
Yeah, how thick?
I mean, it's thicker. It's thicker than old Jim Ghostbark. It's like
It's
a
massive.
thicker than like a grown tree. It is a very. It took a lot of magic to grow this.
Okay.
Look, I'm just trying to do my job.
Has
I've
it
been getting a
ruined
lot of
anybody's-
complaints in the last 20 minutes.
Has it ruined anybody's drywall?
I mean, whoever lives on the top floor of that building is.
Who owns that building?
Mm,
Bet you 100 xan'moxie it's Star Main.
all I know is I've been getting some complaints.
All right, well, those complaints can follow due course, and we will figure this out. I have a very good girl in the town council who will sort this all out.
Fine, but don't make me come back here again.
Good.
Was that a threat? Did he just threaten us?
No,
Did a police officer just threaten us hardworking
no, I'm saying
citizens?
don't. I'm leaving. Good day.
Bye.
I'm sure Sabrina misses you.
Lovely
Ah!
doing business with you.
I can't deal with hearing that name right now.
What's
And he just runs back to the airship.
Sabrina? What's wrong? She's fine.
No, he's clearly upset by that.
I'd be too upset.
I thought you guys were my friends as the airship flies off.
What made him think that?
I do not know. He just was there, and I accepted him because Sabrina was our colleague, and whatever.
He's a nice guy. I think he's just got his head with the wrong people.
The law.
Yeah, the law is the wrong people, I would agree.
What time of day is it?
It's just after lunch.
So they're complaining about the light of the beanstalk in the middle of the day?
It's very bright.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But also, you know, maybe people who live in East xan'moxie don't have anything better
Better
to
to
do.
complain about.
Yeah, do we care about this?
No,
Yeah, they
I
can-
Maybe
do
it's
not care.
not an issue. I'll remember to mention it to Sybil in case.
Meh.
Yeah.
I feel indifferent about it personally.
All right.
And it hits you. You're all very tired
Oh,
and very
boy.
hungry.
Yes.
Yes.
It has been a long morning. You've been through planes and back.
Should we go and get something from Plain B Cafe? I think it's down the road.
Sure. Refreshing beverage.
There's a nearby cafe
It
that
does have-
serves beans from Plain B.
Plain bay coffee, yeah.
And sleep pods. We have a sleep pod.
Like
Like a Japanese cafe.
like a capsule hotel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, these are probably a thing around the city. You just go in them and do a long rest.
Have a nap.
If you want to.
Yeah, and
We
the
did
hut-
say,
We're
I
gonna
mean,
go
the
have
only...
a coffee and then a nap. That
Yeah.
makes no sense.
We could just have a short rest there.
Hmm.
Rather than a long
Sure.
one.
Just because it has been like 2 sessions since you've had.
Yeah,
long
I'm up
rest.
for a long rest,
Yeah.
but I just know that we have to be somewhere in...
We've got
at 6
appointments,
PM. At 6 p.m.
We're chatting to the cafe person. We only need the short rest. We've got somewhere to be. I'm meeting a starfish for dinner to talk about a contract.
Also, I don't like very acidic blends.
Well, we've actually got a special on now for the short rest pods. Just you'll feel refreshed in just an hour.
Oh, that sounds...
Unlimited coffee.
Great. Just stick it right in the vein and I'll sleep through it.
Oh, that costs extra.
Aw, well, what do I care? I just throw.
Yeah, that's within your it's within your spending limit for the
Yeah.
day. So, yeah, you get taken to a booth that is just suspended outside of space and time.
Oh.
It's just like a nice little coffee table booth in there.
It's so tranquil in Plane B.
I will go for a much more modest one. And then I will try and get Tom one as well, because you don't have any money, right?
No.
Yeah, I think with your combined wealth,
Yes.
that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll get you back when I'm earning that 40.
Of course. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you have a short rest. So you get your spells back.
How many hit die do I do?
If there's nothing else that you'd like to do before meeting Beatrix Brine, you can just have a long rest. This place is a fancy cafe. But if you're
I've just
having a
used
quick
all my
short
wealth, so no, I'm fine. I'll do the long rest then. Yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, let's do a long rest.
Let's do a long rest.
I haven't got anything to do.
And what will that do for my
You go back to full
You
health.
just get your health back,
full?
and that's really the only resource that you've used today.
That's good, because I was
Getting
sad.
You're a bit sleepy.
getting low.
Getting a
Getting
low.
low.
Little
I
Wayne.
got low.
So we haven't heard you talk about your soul, have we? That was just between you and
No, I think you were,
Beazle? Or was that
No, because you were
earshot?
there.
you were in earshot.
It depends how conscious, if you were conscious during that conversation with Eugene.
Eugene.
But also Karen. We were talking about Karen.
Yeah, Karen mentioned it as well. We've
Oh,
heard
okay.
Eugene mention it.
Sure. Okay, cool.
Just, you saw Cleo's contract get torn up,
That's true. Okay.
which then forfeited a fragment of her soul as collateral.
We heard this conversation, no?
Yeah.
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 So you're aware of this.
All right. So I think we should have a little debrief after our pod session, and then I don't know, have coffee in a booth, and we can. Everyone, I think we need to discuss our priorities as a group now that the initial Starmain fiasco is behind us.
Yeah, I've invited them into my extra planar little... It's a private booth, and it's just floating in space.
These other ones were just like little pods.
Yeah.
That like are just hanging from like a ceiling. This was just like this is another plane. This is like a.
We get our personal plane of existence.
Yeah. So yeah, you rented a demi-plane for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Similar magic to the briefcase, where you can
Yeah.
just like imagine something.
Oh yeah. So what is it? Does the interior look like here? What have you?
What do
created
you
for your comfy
guys
space?
fancy? Do you fancy something less like something park-like, and it just kind of like turns into like the evergreen, pre-evergreen destruction, or it's like
Miriam's like,
or car park? Do you like cars? And it turns into like the carriages. I'm just trying to guess what would you like?
I like the idea of you creating a car park with cars, with no one actually knowing what cars
what
are.
is this?
No,
These
I'm
metal horses.
I'm trying to guess what you would like. What about a beer? Would you like just floating in a beer? And it's just a beer, and you can see the
Just
glass.
floating in bubbly brown liquid.
Is this like a I Dream of a Genie style, you know?
Yeah,
She's
you just like-
in the...
I was
Yeah.
like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
I want to stop floating in beer, please.
Bye.
Just like,
What? Grip my fingers, and it just turns to like free comfy seats and just space. We're just floating in space on a little disc.
Oh, okay, like a good place.
Yeah.
Void.
The orc attendant who runs this place, his head just appears. And, you've got 10 minutes left. Do you want to pay for another hour or?
No, we should be good in 10.
All right. And
No.
then his head blinks out of existence.
Nah. I wish more people blinked out of existence. Anyway, we were chatting.
Yes. We need to realign our priorities. That's what you say in business meetings, right?
Yes, usually we start with an agenda, and the agenda is to do more humanity. But that was our last law firm.
True. Well, the way I see it, we have a number of things vying for our attention. We could investigate the mysterious Starmain. Who are they? Why do they want the forest? There's also the fact that the devil has your soul.
Nice.
I mean, your workplace, your former workplace. Also, that former workplace is suing you as well, which you're supposed to be representing them
Yeah.
against. Also, you own a contract to a sea witch for a restaurant
I do.
where you're going to be
Yes.
making seafood, assumedly, for strangers.
That is
No.
out of the
I
contract.
just... No,
But that's
it's
at
not.
6 p.m. tonight, so maybe that's higher on the priority list. there's a lot of things
There's
going
a lot.
on.
There's a lot going on. That nap wasn't enough.
So it is just under a month until the date of Tom's trial.
Okay.
But currently you don't have a case. But in terms of timing, just to clarify timing for that.
Yes.
objective.
Okay. Good to know.
And I feel like these go. One day seems to be 2 sessions. So that month is a good couple of years away.
Depending on what happens today, time may pass by a week or 2 by the next session.
Okay.
Unless you end up embroiled in battle again.
More things.
Well, the way I see it, things are a bit more complicated than they used to be. She sips a cup of tea.
You're not wrong, Cleo. You're not wrong. But maybe there's opportunities to do both. We were trying to prove how you were a reformed citizen.
Which I am.
Maybe by having a legitimate business where you're a restaurateur again will prove that you have reformed.
I have reformed.
Yeah.
But yes, I like the idea of earning money, even if it's not as much of the profits as I'm used to. And even if I have to acquire the produce via means that I'm not used to either.
Paying for them.
Correct? Paying for them. I think it would be a nice change.
Okay.
So now we're starting an enterprise.
Maybe yes. But also, how about you and this whole soul thing?
Yes, it's quite daunting. She takes another sip of tea.
You just said a word and stared into the middle distance. What? Are you okay?
She's staring and she's just imagining. She's like, it was weird that he bit the servant. Anyway,
Did you say that or think it?
it's both. It's my plane. It just comes
right.
out.
So what, you just see like a reenactment of
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it looks like one of these servants is clearly a vampire. Like his stereotypical pale skin, big high collar with the red
Like
inside.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Dragula. He was an interesting servant. I had to fire him. He only worked at nights. And I'm awake during day.
And I could never see his reflection.
Yes. He never knew how ugly he was, and that's so sad. Anyway, yes, I have to try and figure out a way to break into the vault using my old boss to redeem my contract and regain my soul, but I'm sure we can figure out some interesting farce where that would happen. Calamity will ensue, but I'll think on it. She takes another swig of tea.
So do we need to have something prepared for this 6 o'clock meeting?
Ah, yes. And I open my normal briefcase. It's still normal.
Just to reach in and get something out.
I bring up a pad and it's like, what did you say to the sea witch?
Alright, I might have said that I will definitely open a restaurant with a... she's going to supply all the stuff.
Ah, so she's a partner. She's investing. Oh, that's good. You've got your first investor.
Yes, I guess I do.
That's great.
Anyway, she's going to take 60% of the profits.
Oh, ouch.
And I'm going to get 40.
Hmm.
We didn't even discuss what kind of food, so I don't think it needs to be seafood.
No, we can definitely argue against seafood if that wasn't stipulated in the verbal agreement.
You know what we could do?
It does seem like she would be predisposed to seafood being a sea witch.
I understand that, but I like toasties.
That's the definition of you are what you eat, and it's a bit gruesome. I don't want to go into the mechanics of it all, but it's like...
Compromise.
If I was a toastie, I wouldn't want to eat toasties.
Well...
Maybe I would. Who knows?
I don't think toasties eat... Anyway, what I'm thinking, though... Let's say she counters that and is like, no, it needs to be a seafood restaurant. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do a seafood restaurant. I'm thinking,
Wait. This is a great idea. We should roleplay it.
All right.
All right. You're the sea witch. You're playing Tomcat, chef, and former thief. Former.
Former.
All right. So, someone starts the meeting.
The environment changes to a restaurant.
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
I'm a starfish, and I'm evil. Let's do contracting.
Shouldn't sound like that.
Just go with it.
All right.
And I'm in like a waiter's costume, and I'm just gonna like pour 2 glasses of water. Go on.
Thank you.
We need someone to play me. I'll play the witch. You play Cleo.
All right,
And you be Tom.
I'll do my best.
Alright, I want a seafood restaurant.
Well, what about this? I don't want a seafood restaurant.
My client said she doesn't want a seafood restaurant, which means that's what she wants.
No, but I'm magic and evil.
Alright, what about this? It's not a seafood restaurant, it's a toasty restaurant, and we make toasties.
I used to be magic and evil, and now I'm good and evil. And magic. I think that's what she'd say.
Probably. Fine, what if we had some seafood on the menu?
Alright, what about this? One of the toasties adds a little bit of seaweed in it.
Were you trying to trick me like one? Or like a brand? Like a whole section?
No, just the one.
What do you mean just one? Like one ever made? And the rest wouldn't be?
No.
You trying to trick me?
I'm
I'm
not
a witch from the sea!
My client's not trying to trick you. He's simply doing his best.
That's right, I'm doing my best, and my best is toasties, not seafood. But I'm willing to compromise. And my compromise is, on that menu, we'll have one toasty that will have a bit of seaweed on it.
Cleo clicks her fingers and is like, well, that voice was hurting me. I tried to get into the head of that weird starfish, and I must say the motivation seemed warped, but I would agree to that. I think that's a solid plan.
And then you look over.
Time as the orc's head appears again. A faceless waiter comes by with a cloche, and he places this plate on the table and reveals just the orc's head. Who then says, "Time's up. Get out of the pod."
Oh, but I haven't even got to use my warlock powers yet.
And the three of you feel like you are flung backwards, and you're falling into a pile outside of a door.
Worth every penny.
Nah, piles. Anyway, and I beat my scrying orb for the carriage. Carriage, what was it?
I think it's worth up to 5C.
5C.
And carriage 5C rolls up after some time.
Yep.
It takes... Actually, no, it's just you drove it back to the park, wow, so it's just around the corner.
Yeah.
So it just rides up and the orc says, "See you again!" And you hop into your carriage and head to the sunken harbour.
We'll see you next time. And I look at his name badge.
And it says... Rejulian.
Rejulian!
Who works at the Rejuvenation Shack.
We'll see you next time, Rejulian.
And you're in the carriage on the way to the sunken harbour.
Cool. I'm so glad we roleplayed that. Now we're going to do it twice.
Everybody loves doing the same thing twice.
Everyone does.
Tom, you feel something in your throat, and you cough it up. Along with a gush of seawater is also a message in a bottle.
Oh,
What?
look at that. I found a message in a bottle.
Oh!
How did you find a message in a bottle?
Well, I guess at some point someone put a message into a bottle.
Mm-hmm. I'm following.
Yep. And then usually the way it happens is it gets thrown in the sea.
Yep, I'm with you.
And I was recently in the sea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
And I guess at some point I swallowed this message in a bottle.
That's weird.
I admire being able to swallow something so large.
Thank you. It's this jaw. It unhinges. Do you want to see?
Is it polite too? I don't know.
This is a
It's up to
cultural
you.
thing. It's a cultural thing.
I think we can't say no. Please continue.
Tom unhinges his jaw. It basically opens down to the floor.
Wow. If I ever went to parties where I would need to do the tricks, that would be a fun trick.
A party trick, you might call it.
Usually other people do it.
No, yes.
I miss Dracula.
Anyway, let me see what's in this bottle with a message in it. Okay. And then Tom just smashes it. So there's glass everywhere.
Oh my god.
Cleo picks a bit of glass that's lodged in her hand. Ow!
And Tom shakes the message off to get rid of all the rest of the glass.
We're just subjected to glass.
The glass shards just flying everywhere.
This hurts. What does it say?
The message says, "Come to the smouldering remains of Bounty."
What?
which the two of you recall is the restaurant that you burnt down when you killed Betty Bryan.
Betty Bryan, her sister.
Oh, yeah. That was a good episode.
She was an octopus witch. What did your one look like?
My what?
Your sea witch.
Oh, right. What did she look like?
She was also an octopus witch.
She was also...
Oh, they're sisters, right.
They're doing it for themselves.
Oh, they are indeed. That's a good one.
All right, well, we know where that is.
Well, let's go then, I guess.
Yep.
And you arrive at the docks just after 6 o'clock.
Oh, no, we're late.
No, this is the way you do business.
Oh, I see.
You make them sit and wait and contemplate their nerves.
And you walk along the pier to Bounty, which is still kind of smoking, even though it's been like 6 months.
Surprising.
But yeah, it's just it
Spicy.
was a beautiful ocean view restaurant. And now it is just an ashen ruin.
Well, I don't think we're going to get a very good meal here.
Yes, neither do I.
Anyone seen the sea witch?
There's no door to enter.
Yeah, she
It's
looks
just-
like an octopus.
The door is there and closed, and then the
Everything
walls
else.
around it have just fallen down.
Perfect.
Maybe we should knock.
All right.
Knock, knock, knock.
And the door falls over.
Oh.
I think that means we're allowed to enter.
Still standing is the golden statue of an octopus wrestling a person. It looks like all the bodies that were here have been taken away.
Oh, thank God.
But no one stole the gold.
But then you just look over and Tom's trying to take the thing.
Tom, put down the statue.
Oh.
It's symbolism.
Well, no, it's gold.
And Tom, you feel that nauseous urge again as a torrent of water pours
gosh.
out of your body.
Oh,
God. Oh, the jaw's going again.
Instead of any sea creatures coming out, it's just seawater, which then glows and forms itself into the vague shape of a 10-foot tall sea witch. Her top half is humanoid and her bottom half is that of an octopus, much like Betty Bryan's form when she attacked you.
how tall am I again? I'm like 6 something or 7.
Yeah, like I think as an elf you're probably like around like 7 foot as like the highest, as the tallest.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite large.
Okay.
Larger than Betty Bryan, not as humongous as Betsy Bryan, who you fought in the sea on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
And this one was, sorry, what's this one's name?
Beatrix.
Beatrix Bryan.
And in fact, she forms into this water shape and then extends one of her tentacles at each of you. Nice to meet you all. Beatrix Bryan, eldest of the Bryan sisters.
Lovely to meet you, Beatrix.
Yes, we've never been here before. What a lovely ruin you have.
I know exactly what you did to my little sister.
Ah,
And honestly, good job.
Oh, okay, that could have gone either way.
Just to clear the air. Look, she was always an upstart trying to come to xan'moxie and start her own business. She became some kind of crime lord. Pitiful, thinking too small.
Yeah.
And now she's dead.
yes, we remember that.
Yes, but people listening might not because we hadn't actually launched a podcast yet.
You mean like Tom?
And then
no.
Miriam looks to the camera and winks.
But yes, as I recall, she was some kind of dockside crime lord operating out of this restaurant, and you, while on the run, had a scuffle with her and killed her.
Yes.
Such a pity.
Tom leans in. Tell me more.
Well, it turns out she also has another sister who we decided to make a deal with because she had some sort of spirit of song that was stolen from her. So we just returned it and she left us and the cruise ship go.
So we're all making deals with these witch womans.
Deal's not to be killed? Sure.
Yes.
Continuing to live as part of the social contract.
Generally, yes.
I'm glad
Anyway.
that's in the terms.
What would you like?
Why don't we take a seat? And she motions over to some upturned tables.
Okay.
You start
I just-
picking things up and
I just stand looking at them two picking it up.
Yeah, we do it.
brushing things up.
And Beatrix also stands there waiting and watching.
Oh my god.
Are you comfortable doing this in open public? I know al fresco is a thing, but this is al really fresco.
What do you mean? We're behind walls.
Are we?
There, you could clearly see the pier.
Okay.
We're in a building. It's safe. Who cares?
All right.
Fair. It was my mistake to presume someone living in the ocean would have a concept of buildings.
I have a lair. I was thinking this could be like a new lair.
Why'd you need it? Anyway. Please.
Yes, let's get down to business. Now, as promised, you're going to start a restaurant in my name and I'm going to get 70-30.
Wait a minute.
Wait. We're not naming it you.
Hang on. Right as we rehearsed.
Yes.
And then she winks.
Seaweed. Wait, no, we're not naming it you. That was not part of the deal.
I used to be bad, but now I'm good.
The title doesn't matter so long as I own it.
Good. I write it down in the contract.
Or what are we calling it?
Yes, brainstorming session.
What about
Wet sandwiches.
Tom's Place?
Fun.
Or Tom's...
If it's going to have either of our names in it, it's going to have my name.
No,
What
we
is
just
your
said
name? Oh,
that.
Beatrice.
No, it's
Beatrix!
Beatrix.
That's a silly name. Tom is just, it's more punchy.
What about Tom Brine Toasties?
Toasties. Fine. We can sell toasties if you want.
Oh, that was easier than I thought.
That was good. Okay,
Tom's
toasties.
Toasties it is.
Clear as well.
Fine.
Yeah,
The Beatrix is inferred.
that's right.
Everyone will know.
No, that's fine. Again, so long as I
It's a
own the
land
majority
mammal
share.
thing.
This is really easy, guys.
Maybe we should push for more.
All right, I want 100%.
Absolutely out of the question.
Your name
Less than more.
you will now also be called Tom.
No. Look, fine. We could call it Tom's Toasties if you want, and we could sell little toasted sandwiches.
All
That you're happy with? Okay.
That's exactly what I
I'm
want.
writing it down.
Uh-huh. And,
Even if you wanted, we could do a 51-49 split.
all right. That sounds fair.
And what are you getting out of this toasty business exactly?
I've always wanted to open a restaurant.
A toasty restaurant?
Sure.
Do I believe
Roll me inside.
Mrs.
Are
Brine?
we all doing it or just?
So there's a 9 from me.
It's a 3.
Inside?
Yeah.
So that's just a 13.
It seems off, but I'm not
Not
sure.
sure. Yeah.
She's just generally menacing.
All right, so we're splitting it more. It's going to be called Tom's Toasties. And you are...
I'll provide you with all the produce and everything.
well,
Which will be legal.
Yes. It'll be sourced from my plane.
And non-hazardous, or poisonous, or venomous, or toxic.
What do you take me for? I'm not trying to kill people with food. That's so utterly crass. I'm just trying to open a successful restaurant.
Didn't you just insult your sister for running a restaurant in a mortal plane?
Yes. I was saying that she was thinking too small.
all right, so how big's Tom's Toasties going to be?
You want to make a franchise, is what you're saying.
We can start with Tom's Toasties here, and that'll
Okay.
be a good first step. But let's not worry about that right now. Let's just get this one up and running.
What is the catch, guys?
That sounds odd.
I can't get a read on it.
No. Do you mind telling us what the catch is, just so we can cut to the point? Lawyer talk, Phil. Help us out.
Peak lawyer.
Well, it's just that we role-played this, right? And it didn't quite go like this.
Yes, your voice was a bit different as well. Fine. Everything in the contract says 51% you, 49% Tom. Tom's Toasties. You will change your name to Tom. We cancelled that, are you sure?
Not
is
changing my name to Tom.
Not changing your name, we've cancelled that out.
Wait, I know what it is.
What?
What are my hours going to be?
What's legal here?
Well, I just want it to be open from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Well, I've got a lot to do in my day.
You know you could just hire staff for that. You don't have to be there all the time.
Right. All right, it can be open more.
No, we can open it for half an hour every day if you wanted.
This doesn't make any sense as far as businesses go.
You realize whatever's on the contract is the contract.
Yes. I haven't signed anything.
Oh, and Tom is not wet anymore.
Until the restaurant is built, you shall continue to be my vassal.
Do you need a new vassal? Because there
What
is this
about
really
Sandra?
annoying lawyer. No, Sandra's lovely. I think.
You haven't figured
That's an
that out.
emotion I felt once.
I share a long gaze with Sandra.
What can I say? It's like
She blinks her one eye at you. That you think it was maybe a wink.
But you can't tell.
there is this really annoying lawyer called Karen Sticks who would be the perfect wet vessel. I realized what I said.
No, I have made my deal here with young Tom here, and he's already used my services.
Fine.
All right, I guess we just do up the contract and see what happens.
There you go.
Good. And you'll have to open up this restaurant within the year,
All right.
Okay.
and you'll continue to drip with seawater as a portal to the elemental plane of water until you do so.
Right. In terms of helping supply means for this restaurant, are you going to help buy a piece of land or something, or?
Oh, I have the deed to this restaurant right here.
Oh!
This lovely establishment.
This building.
Mm-hmm.
It's a building.
All
It's a
right.
bit of a fixer-upper.
Now we can do something with it. It doesn't have to be much.
Okay.
Well, fine. You provide the materials and the produce and the blah 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 blah.
So,
terms and conditions apply.
can Beatrix with some magic just put up the walls?
Well, once you sign the contract, we can get to work.
All right.
This is it. This is the contract. Oh, can Tom have cool water powers? I think I'd be dripping with water. Would it be called to like a bubble beam?
Or like
What's
I'll
this
go like
accent
this with
that
my
you're
paw.
doing?
Lawyer talk.
Okay, right.
And like water and maybe some like seaweed and some shells come out.
You heard my client. They want superpowers.
I mean, that would be a different deal entirely. We could make a different deal.
No.
Perhaps your
just
soul.
adding-
No more souls on the table. I'm quite...
There are souls.
Ugh.
Okay.
Claire's very sensitive about this issue.
Look, I'm just saying, if you want cool water powers,
I think
No,
let's
we'll
table
just-
those for now.
Fine, we cancel
We
the
can-
water powers.
We can come back to that another time. We'll just stick to opening a restaurant. I'm gonna stay wet till you do. We'll sign here. You're gonna open the restaurant, and then I cannot be wet anymore.
sounds good to me.
All right. Good.
And is this deal... Can Tom ever walk away from this restaurant?
Oh,
Or
absolutely not.
what happens if Tom were to die, for instance?
Well, you'd die and I would own 100% of the restaurant.
Okay.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, seems fair.
What have you died?
That's an interesting question. I'm immortal, so it's never going to come up.
Well, what
No.
happens if I just don't do it? Do I just have to stay wet for the rest of my life?
Oh, yes. It'll get worse.
What do you mean it'll get worse? Look how dripping I am.
You won't be able to breathe.
Oh, well, I need that.
Well, that'd be death, right?
Correct.
And then you'd own 100% of a restaurant that didn't exist.
Well, I could always find other business partners.
I think we seem to be at a logins. That's a phrase. When you can't decide how to continue.
Or an impasse.
An impasse.
Well, I mean, I don't want to die, so I think it's pretty clear how we continue.
Right.
You've already gotten your end of the bargain. You've gotten safe passage back to your city.
Okay.
It seems fair.
Yes. Okay, well,
Okay.
there it is, Tom. And I slide the contract over.
Now start singing.
No.
And
It's
Beatrix...
a nice signature,
Yes,
actually.
we appreciate it. Here's the signature. Let me just zoom in.
Yeah. Right there.
right under bubbly.
Come on, podcast.
And Beatrix then glows and summons a squid from the body of water that this vessel that she's constructed is made of, and then just squirts some of the ink onto the contract in the shape of her name. Beatrix Brine. Done! Oh, I can't wait to have my very own temp restaurant.
What?
Pardon?
You want a temp? No, it's they don't have.
Goodbye!
What?
And then the water just becomes inert.
Right.
Sounded like she was going to say something other than restaurant.
It did, didn't it?
I think she wanted temps, but that's way more expensive. You may as well hire casual employees.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to be in charge of that bit, I hope. Terrible in interviews.
Right?
And then you hear splashing nearby as out of the water come just coral constructs.
Oh.
They're vaguely humanoid networks of coral of different colors. And they leave the water and just begin cleaning up around the restaurant
Oh.
and just lifting things up.
Is there one particularly, wise-looking set of coral with a mop that just, is sweeping and then pauses to give us anecdotes every now and then?
You're probably wondering.
Yeah.
I got in this mess.
You got time to lean.
These coral constructs begin cleaning up this restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Well, I suppose you're getting a restaurant.
Well, this is great. I don't have to do nothing.
How will our heroes get out of this one? Find out after these messages.
Greetings, one and all. 'Tis I, your dungeon master, Peak. Hi there. If I sound sick, it's 'cause I am. Welcome to the mid-roll. First of all, I'd like to wish you all a happy, wonderful end-of-year holiday time, and apologize for our irregular release schedule of late, which will continue to be weird until about mid-Jan next year. Never fear, though. We will be releasing regular-ish episodes throughout December and early Jan. If you love the show and want to support us, you can always head to our Patreon. Your support means so much to us and helps keep us doing what we love. And you get cool bonuses, like being in the Citizen Spotlight segments that make it into the podcast. Or for $10, you can get access to bonus content from the secret Scrying Orb feed, some of which sounds like this.
Hey, chef.
What?
Sous chef.
Yeah, it's me.
Is butter a carb?
It's not polite to say.
No.
Sorry, did you call for Sue the chef or Sue chef?
No, my sous chef. Sue
Yeah, that's me.
Down.
Alright, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, under the right circumstances, yes.
Right. Yes, butter is a carb.
Or for $20 a month, you get access to the Pen of Ultimate Influence, which lets you create an NPC that will appear in an episode, just like somebody that you'll meet in the next episode. That's patreon.com/DNDQAU. And of course, if you want to support us in a different way, you can also leave us a review on iTunes, or tweet nice things about us using the hashtag DNDQAU. That's all for now. Back to the episode.
So we now return as our heroes go back to the Lightwell firm, Cleo's new place of employment, because it's only been a couple hours since you told your boss Moriel that you were going to go solve this issue with the Park Wilds. It's still International Lesbian Day.
Yeah!
It always is.
It's always International Lesbian Day when you think about it.
Exactly.
In my world, it is.
Does Moriel's power suit have a little pin on it?
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic.
No one in this world is straight. Except for Mathis Grimley.
Yes.
And he's ostracized for it.
Oh.
So you return to the Lightwell firm.
Yes.
In the Hopscotch district. And you notice the place is looking much nicer. There's some natural light coming through, all the dust is gone, everything's stacked neatly, there's some empty desks. Cleo, you haven't really claimed a desk yet.
Oh, hold on.
You haven't claimed
Muriel?
a desk in this abstract space that no one can see or visualize.
Muriel, stop speaking. I walk in with these two. The little bell goes off and it's like ding ding. Then Muriel goes to speak. I'm like, I haven't picked my desk. And then I look around and I'm just expecting, do I want the corner one, a bit of privacy? Or do I want to be right in the middle so they know that I'm quite important? No, I'd look like an assistant. Is there one in an office?
Moriel just motions around. What you see is what you get, Cleo. I've got my own office.
Oh no, why do you get your own office? I want my own office.
I'm a divine being.
Well, I'm a lovely person. I want my...
Miriam starts laughing hysterically on the ground.
Look,
That's a good one. Oh,
when the door of my office is closed, you have your own office.
Good point. I'll take this one. And this one, she pushes 3 desks together into like a horseshoe shape. So it's like she can like spin in any direction that she wants.
So be it! Until we hire other people, I guess.
Yeah.
So you've returned. How did it all go?
We won! Our first case, kind of, not really, technically.
And then Tom like shakes water everywhere again.
xan'moxie is blinded by a giant lighting tree.
I'm sure that'll never come back to hurt anyone.
yes, well, turns out there was a whole lot of contract law preventing people from invading the park wilds, and then the demons circumvented that by suppressing portal activity, and then we unsuppressed the portal activity. So now it's the park wilds, but then we fought everyone at Warlock and Warlock, but we succeeded, and now there's a giant glowing beanstalk.
And I rode a tree.
Tom did.
Good. Well, it sounds like you all had a very productive day. But Warlock and Warlock is always up to no good. I'm glad you foiled their plans.
Yes, about that. I have some plans I'd like to foil.
You may speak.
I was.
You may continue.
Thank you. I turn and face the opposite side of the desk. and continue speaking until everyone moves around to the desk that's facing east.
Okay.
I have to be confidential. That's why we're chatting at the east desk.
Yes, very good.
Everybody knows that. So, what's the moral compass on stealing your own soul from hell?
Well, it's your soul, but you did sign over that soul to Warlock and Warlock.
But can someone truly own a soul?
Yes, it's currency in the outer planes.
I flip around to the west desk.
Why do you think extraplanar beings are always so interested in souls?
Like kink. I don't know. I don't yuck their yum.
Have we walked around to the west desk at this point? We're just following you? Okay.
I'm glad you've joined me on the west side of the table because I'm going to have to break some rules.
The ambiance here is excellent. Good choice on the west desk.
Oh,
I
is
know.
this the real talk desk?
This is the real talk. There's a little plaque that says real talk. That somehow I managed to create.
It was already there.
It's all there.
Every office has a real talk desk.
Even like printing companies. Real talk.
Are you suggesting you're going to infiltrate hell and steal your soul back?
Would you be on board with that?
Absolutely not.
Then we won't. And I get Sandra to wink.
Okay, so if we're not going to hell to steal it back, what would you suggest is the best way to rectify the soul deficiency your current employee is experiencing?
Well, we can't do anything about it. You've signed it over legally.
Well, legally, they can use that to undermine our client here.
If
That's me.
that's the case, then so be it. Breaking contracts and rules and things like that are what Warlock and Warlock do. Underhanded tricks. I'll not have you doing it.
Well, we had to trick our way back by stopping the portals. We had to do that to stop them from continuing to do bad things. Are you saying what we did in the Park Wilds was wrong?
Don't talk to me about ethics and moral codes.
That's what we do. We're the Park Wilds Rangers.
No, she's right. We have to go to the north desk.
Oh, okay. Now we'll shovel around to the north desk.
Welcome to the Lightwell Ethics Department.
We're quickly running out of desks.
Look, I like to run a tight ship here. Everything above board, following the rules, everything ethically sound. But you are a good lawyer for Warlock and Warlock, and I suppose you know all their tricks and turns.
Yes. They have 4 desks. I'm cutting my budget here with only 3.
So long as you keep the misdeeds and evil to a minimum, I suppose I can turn my blind eye to your crime.
Oh, great.
Just don't tell me about it.
No, I won't. How was your day?
Oh, it was good. I cleaned the office.
It
Yes.
looks great.
Oh, thank you. I'm thinking of getting some indoor plants. That's it.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
It's only been a couple hours.
no, but did you have any
No.
thoughts on what sort of varieties you wanted?
Oh, I was thinking of getting maybe some monsteras, but you have to actually dust those and clean the leaves.
They don't actually like this much light.
No, it's too much light. And also the radiant light that I exude.
Oh, it would just kill them straight outright.
I was thinking maybe just getting some cacti.
Don't rub up against those, though. I made that mistake 2 or 3 times.
What happened the first time and the second time?
Well, it hurt, and then it hurt again, and then I was like, I shouldn't do that because it hurts.
Right.
That is a fair assessment of the matter. But we are not at the real talk desk, so enough of this chit-chat.
Okay.
Look, fine. If stealing your soul back from Warlock and Warlock will help you win this case, then...
Wait. And we go over to the real talk desk.
To the west, to the west!
As I was saying, if stealing your soul back from Warlock and Warlock will help us win this case, then you have my tentative blessing.
Good. And I put a close sign on the ethics desk. You won't be needing that till we're back.
And then we can go ahead and win this case, and you can go back to your restaurant and open that soup kitchen that you promised.
Oh.
Soup and toasty kitchen.
Yes.
Yes.
Soup and toasty, but less soup and
Yes,
more
the one in the
toasty.
current building that you squat in.
What I was thinking, I found a different location, and I was thinking maybe instead of being a soup kitchen, we will charge people money.
Well, that's the opposite of what...
Well, no, I
We
mean,
had
it's
agreed
still a
upon.
restaurant, it's just in a different place, but instead of it being a soup kitchen, it'll be a regular restaurant, and people will pay.
I took on your case because I thought that you could change. And the price of you changing is opening up a charitable restaurant to help those in need.
Alright, what about between the hours of 11 and 11:30? It's a soup kitchen.
I mean,
And then a lot of the other time it's not.
no, it has to be a soup kitchen the whole time.
What?
Wait a minute.
The whole time?
How are they supposed to earn money to buy the produce?
Well, we can get it from... That's your problem.
What, you're asking us to steal to feed the poor?
No, surely other people would donate belong.
Yes, exactly.
What if they didn't want to donate
It's
to
funded by goodwill.
Just like this office.
Exactly.
And a tumbleweed
Wait.
float.
So wait, we've established that charity is a fiery demon. Who is Goodwill gonna be?
Goodwill. He's just a nice guy.
And he's a hunter.
He just like walks in, he's like, can I get anybody a coffee?
Oh, Goodwill, you're here.
Okay.
Yes, tell them how you're going to fund Tom's soup kitchen with the produce that you bring in from your hunts. Yes, that's me. I'm Goodwill. Why, I just like to take a walk outside and bring in what I can. Just live off the land.
Oh, Goodwill, you have to be the nicest person I know.
Oh, please.
All right, well, we'll get you back on that coffee order sometime later.
Goodbye now. And he
See you,
walks out.
Goodwill.
He walks out of the office.
What a guy.
Was he here the whole time? I didn't notice him when I walked in.
He kind of exists everywhere.
I don't really take notice of Goodwill.
Anyway, so yes, like we said, your old restaurant, Tom Foodery, a couple blocks away from here, I think. No, it's downtown.
Yeah, we don't
Yes.
set up businesses in the hopscotch district. Are you mad? Who would do that?
They would close immediately. Well, that'll get ransacked.
So yes, your old restaurant, turn into a soup kitchen. Look, you can open other restaurants.
Alright, so I can have 2 restaurants going. One where I make money, and one where I lose money.
You don't have to lose money, you just can't make it.
Correct.
You have to be money xan'moxie neutral.
I've got an idea. What if?
This better not be crime.
1 minute. Mariel, you stay here. We're going to move to the east desk.
What's the East Desk? Real talk?
What?
No, that's
No.
West Desk.
West desk. This is like secret shenanigans.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's the desk facing away from Moriel's mural and office door.
Yeah.
Look, fine. I suppose we're done here. You can do whatever you want. I'll be in my office.
Okay.
Very good.
We need to find more cases and more workers.
And plants that you won't kill with your being.
Correct.
Can I suggest succulents?
And-
You can rub up against them and they don't hurt.
Great idea, Tomcat.
Thank
And she floats off to her office.
God bless her.
So what I'm thinking is that, so I've got the sea witch getting all the produce for the other place, right?
Oh no. Yes, continue.
Right. So So we take some of that, we put it into the soup kitchen, and we tell her we sold it all, we need more.
Maybe you have really large portion sizes.
Yes.
Wait! And then I say, let's move to the ethics desk. This doesn't make sense, though.
And then we see the close sign.
Oh, okay,
There's
I guess...
nothing I can do about it. It's closed. A lot of red tape. Won't be able to open it up for at least 2 working days.
Okay, well, we'll talk. I think that's bad, but I don't know if I can say that now that the ethics desk is closed. Didn't we just establish that nice guy, Goodwill, was just going to give you the ingredients?
Hey everyone, I know you didn't ask for coffees, but I thought you could use a bit of pick-me-up this afternoon.
God, this is the exact blend I wanted.
There's a real fine line between goodwill and sucking up there, buddy.
Oh, I'm just trying to be a good friend and a good citizen.
Thanks, Will, bye. So what I was thinking
You
is
push him out the door.
I then open a third restaurant. So we've got the first restaurant
It's a domino
where I'm
effect.
getting 51% of the profits, right?
Right.
We've got the second restaurant where I earn squat.
This coffee's good. Sorry, I'm still listening. Continue.
Good. The third restaurant, and now this is going to be the clincher. All the good stuff goes to the third restaurant because that's one where I'm going to get all the profits and I won't pay a cent for the produce.
Do you know what? I can't disagree with that logic. It's
sound, I think you'll find.
I just want to... And then she keeps looking at the closed sign.
Well,
We're going to return to this when the closed sign's off that desk.
Well, we can talk about it later, but I just had that stroke of genius and I wanted to share it with you.
Yes, right now I've got to find my soul. Real talk.
It could be very smart. All right.
I've had an idea. There's a lot of people who'd probably want their souls back, right?
Sure.
Like a lot of people. Like I once heard a rumor about how big the soul vault was. And they were like, it's pretty big. And I was like, that does sound pretty big.
That sounds quite large.
Sure.
So imagine if that many people stormed the vault at once.
Right. What would
Okay.
happen?
It would be chaos.
Right.
They wouldn't be able to notice us sneaking on in.
Okay. So, you want to find all these people who are also missing their souls.
Yes.
Some sort of... organize them into some sort of band of mercenaries.
Yes.
And then to literally storm the gates of hell.
Yes.
To get their souls back, but you're tricking them. Because you're really going to be sneaking past them.
Yes.
To get your soul back.
Yes. I've already been...
I really think we should remove the ethics side, the close side, because that seems wild.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to my manager, and they're going to have to talk to their manager.
Okay, fine.
I've already put an ad up on Mage List.
The thought occurs that if a soul is entirely in the soul vault, it's been taken from someone's body and they are dead. Only part of your soul is in the soul vault because it was taken as collateral.
Or wouldn't there be other people with partials then?
You're right.
Typically,
we need a necromancer.
Typically, the contract itself is the collateral, but because your contract was destroyed, they needed something else.
So it's unusual. There aren't a lot of people.
Well, I put my ad up on Mage List, and no one's responded, so maybe they're all dead. Real talk. Well, let's just go to hell then. What, do you want to get anything first? Do you want to? I don't know. Do you want a snack? Do you want a toasty? Do you want a sandwich? Should we make Goodwill get us a sandwich? I didn't realize I got enough of free servant.
Will, come back.
And before you even say his name, Goodwill just wheels in a trolley of sandwiches.
Oh my
So,
god.
him just making the rounds at all the offices around here. Turkey, ham,
Oh,
everything.
Yes!
Thanks,
And then
Will.
Miriam just takes a stack of turkey and ham sandwiches together.
Get that fiber intake, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, really good.
I kind of feel like I need a nap now.
We just had a long rest.
Yeah, but
Remember?
there's so much carb.
I do feel a bit sleepy. Maybe I'll just shop online. I don't know how to do that.
So, do you have any idea of how you're going to get into hell?
That's true.
Moxie.
Well, has Cleo been to hell before? I don't know, because
So actually, Clay,
We've
you've
all
never.
been to hell.
So
Oh, no, Tomcat.
you've been to Tomcat. Well, so technically, you've been to the xan'moxie office, the xan'moxie branch of Warlock and Warlock, which was technically in hell, but you never left the office. So you've only ever gone there from xan'moxie to this office, and then you destroyed the office and caused it to appear in xan'moxie fully and destroyed a whole city block. So you, Cleo, have never actually been to hell outside of the office. You've never been to head office.
Well, we need to find someone who knows about head office, and the only people who know that are the current lawyers.
But I've been to paradise,
What?
but I've never been to me. I've not been to hell either.
right. Are you feeling okay, Tom?
Yes.
That carb is really
Okay, right, okay. Good.
Who would know about getting into hell? Who would Cleo know about getting into hell? Just
Ooh. Here's a great... you have an aunt.
I have an aunt.
She's a planar travel agent.
Oh my god.
I have an aunt.
And she has been submitted by one of our Patreon donors as an NPC.
Yes.
She wasn't an aunt before, but she's now your aunt.
Oh, yay!
Congratulations on your new family member.
Thank you.
Not estranged, I guess.
I mean, you've not spoken to her in a while. She moved to xan'moxie recently. You just haven't had the time to catch up with her yet.
No, I haven't had the time to catch up with her because interaction. Whoa.
What's her name?
Aunt.
Aunt's her name?
Aunt Fallcharges.
Oh. Formal bunch, you lot.
She has a name and you've forgotten it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Aunt. Aunt, no questions, tell no lies.
All right, well, I suppose we could speak to her about getting into hell, and then we need to locate your soul, and I feel ill-equipped. Every time we've come up against people, it's felt like luck. I mean, now you can fly, so that's good, because, you know, we're always falling places and almost dying, which is awful.
Yes. The flying thing was good. I like it. I start to hover a little bit. Whee!
But maybe we need to be better equipped. I feel like I'm constantly on the brink of death.
Oh, that's a miserable state to be in.
I agree. Maybe we could pool our resources or something and get some, I don't know, healing potions or something.
1 minute. And I go to my computer and I type in very slowly.
Your
Aunt.
orb?
No, I have a computer on my desk.
Which is just a large scrying orb.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
my large orbs. My lorbs. My lovely lady lorbs. Check them out. It's funny because in Spanish, ordenador is computer. So l'ordenador would be a Spanish pun on this. So let's... anyway.
One day,
There's
Ordenador.
one
Appreciate
Spanish
that.
viewer who's just like losing his shit right now.
Hello, Benador.
When we get our Netflix deal, the
Oh,
Spanish
boy.
dub is just going to
Watch
have a
out.
field day with that joke.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Viva España.
6 seasons of a movie.
I type in Aunt Fallcharges travel agent.
And then
Enter.
name question mark?
Oh yeah. And press enter to
Wait,
find out where it is.
do you have a record of your families just on the internet?
No, Cleo is just typing blindly into a search engine for aunt, presuming it will know.
It does not.
But I put in Fallcharges travel agent.
So it comes up with some travel agents, and then the third one is the news article from when your parents got arrested for embezzlement.
Oh.
Memories.
Comes up
What's
like
that
the
third
Facebook.
article say?
Remember embezzlement? My parents and I dobbed them in. Dobbed them.
Oh,
Dobbed
right.
them.
That was very sad.
Yes.
You don't look very sad.
No. And I continue scrolling. Do I find a travel agent that like do I see a name that like jumps out at me like ah? Well, I'm googling and then I want to find out like whereabouts in the city it is to see if it's in like a shopping district.
Right. Oh, if we can do both of them.
Yeah, we'll
That's
go
a good
shopping.
thinking. True. You know what? I reckon Goodwill knows the best deals in town.
Then he walks back in with a bunch of coupons.
Only 50% off Smoothies, Goodwill.
I'm trying my best. So, on the third page of xan'moxie's premier search engine.
No.
Bing.
No.
Where the currency we've already established is called xan'moogles.
But no, they use Bing.
But the search engine's Bing.
Well, again, because we've touched on this in a previous episode, but I'd like to reiterate that the interweb is a physical connection of magical spider webs.
Yes.
Where information is stored because
Like neurons.
yeah.
Name?
It was literally like a Charlotte's Web text thread, so spiders are just spelling out your results.
Just like going through webs, like. Cool.
No, that's
And I get
perfect.
to the third web.
Yeah, the third web. And yeah, so you see a listing for you see the name of this planar travel agent, and it clicks. This is your aunt Tamora.
Ah, Tamora. The sun will come out. Tamora.
That's your mnemonic for remembering the name of your aunt.
Yes, I remembered, because those were dark days in hell and the sun never came out.
The address listed points you to a shopping district around downtown.
There you go, Miriam. I thought we could do 2 stores with 1 debit card.
All right, well, I suppose we can get going then. You need to tell Mario you're taking the rest of the day off to go shopping, or...
No.
Wait, it is evening.
Oh, evening.
Because you met with...
Oh, we slept all day and then we met. And
Correct.
Yes, you're quite right.
So Moriel did very little today.
Mario did very little today.
It's late night shopping.
Or it can be the next day when we come back next session.
Oh!
Shopping.
Wasn't that a thrilling conclusion? Join us next time for another riveting installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz! Dungeons and Drag Quiz is a production of Cleo and the Queens. For more information, head to thequeens.com.au. That's the kwqueens.com.au. The City of xan'moxie is written and run by the DM up in your DMs, Pete Distapan. The sultry voice of Cleo Fallcharges was none other than AJ Lamarck. Ranger Park Ranger Miriam Gargoyles was, of course, Jack Gorman. The terrific tones of Tomcat provided courtesy of Candace Gallimore. Titles, credits, and additional writing performed by the disembodied voice of Ryan James Pearson. And a special thanks to Danny Johnstone of D Johnstone Music for the D&DQ theme song. Follow D&DQ AU on Twitter and Facebook to stay up to date with the latest D&DQ news. That's all for now. Until next time, the City of xan'moxie bids you adieu.